Hello, viewer, and welcome back to Games with Dialogue. This is episode 22 of my RPG Maker series. Last time, I more or less finished up the lumber camp. This time, I'm going to try something different. So after some thinking, I decided that I should cover all of the enemy balancing and class balancing and weapons and armor. Well, maybe not weapons and armor, but the enemy balancing and everything I should cover now rather than later. It'll save me work in the future to do it now. So that's what I'm going to focus on this episode. You know what? Not happy with that. There we go. I just wasn't happy with that. Okay, so we'll spend most of the episode in here with the classes, I think, setting up the first 4 classes, and then we can set up the beginning enemies, the first zone, the ice and snow down here, and maybe the mountains. We're going to start with... let's see, protagonist is for every NPC who's not, like the hero here and Ruby and any other NPCs I have that aren't the main portent. We've got warrior, burglar, which I'm going to change because I don't think that's a good starting one, priest, and elementalist. What did I was going to do scout instead. That's right. So let me change that while I'm thinking about it. Also, I want to change Joan and I want to change Sun Tzu. I can't think of any good female monarchs other than Elizabeth. Something from mythology doesn't have to be real world. I just can't think of a good one. When I do, I'll change it. But for now, I'll just have to leave it. Anyway, so that will be the 4 classes we work on. Warrior should be the easiest to start with. I want high HP, high attack, high damage. Well, I think I want damage higher than attack, but magic defense, magic attack can be low, max MP can be low. Whereas priest, I want a higher MP, a higher M defense. Magic attack is going to be their main way of doing damage, but it shouldn't be as high as elementalist. And then scout, I want higher attack, low-ish defense, definitely higher than the 2 spellcasters, but agility and luck should be higher. That's the broad overview. Now, XP curve is probably the first thing I want to lock in. As you can see here, hopefully, at level 1, you have 50 XP. Well, I think everybody's going to start at level 1, so that's not a big deal. The next 20 levels are the most important, and then from there, it looks like it's just a slow climb once you reach this point of the curve. I don't want a curve. If I don't want a curve, though, I can flatten it out using that one. I can raise this so it's more of a steady climb in XP. I'm okay with that. That's actually probably what I'm going to shoot for. I definitely think the last few levels are going to take a lot of XP. Let's break this down. If at level 1, you're fighting enemies that give you 10 XP, you want it to spread out. Maybe 5 battles and you level up that might be too small for the middle of the game, but at level 1 and 2 and 3, that seems about right to me. It depends on the enemy, again. But at the end of the game, when you're getting thousands of XP from one battle, I think it should take longer to level up. It should be more XP between levels. Look at this. Level 97 and level 98. You need about 500, maybe 430 something. I think that's too little. especially if the enemies are dropping thousands of XP. So we need to get the tail end up further, but have the front a steady incline, or even a flat plane if I wanted to. I could just drop it down to a... What does extra value do? That's where I'm lost. I have no idea. Oh, it just increases how much it costs. It doesn't change the curve. It just changes how much XP the next level costs. And that's probably going to be what I fiddle with the most. Let's leave it at the middle here. Extra values at 20. So I need 50 more XP to get to level 2. That's too much. Most of the enemies in the first area are going to be dropping 3 and 4 XP. It's too much to go to level 2 at that. I want them to be level 2 by the time they hit the mountains with just a minimal amount of grinding. But if I drop base value down, level 1 also drops. So it now costs them about 18 XP. That's somewhere I'm okay with. What if I drop extra value down? Now it costs them 18 still, but it's from 10 to 28. I'm okay with that. 10 to 28. One of the things that bothers me about certain RPGs is how inflated the numbers get. Level 3, 55. Level 4, 90. That seems okay to me. What happens if I mess with acceleration? Let's try putting this at 30. Like it starts with. Not a whole lot difference here in the beginning levels. Most of what changes is in the center here. If we look at level 50, it's 3,671. Level 51 is 3,709. So about 40 XP. That seems a little low, maybe, for level 50. If I increase it, even going up from 10 to 15, it jumps up to 4,755, 4,829. So now we need almost double. 80 XP? That seems more in line, I think. At level 50, I'm not sure if my enemies should be dropping 80 XP. So we might want to raise that more. If I bring it up... Okay, so if I bring it up more... Let's go to 30 here. Now, they need like 160. That seems more reasonable. That, if we do 5 battles to level up, that's about 40 XP each. I want it to be more. Or we could just spread out how many fights are needed between each level. See, this is the balancing act. This is just a bunch of fiddling with the bars until we get it. But let's say we leave it here for acceleration B. What does acceleration A change? Looking over here at level 1, 2, 3, looking over here at the end levels, and looking in the middle at level 50. If I raise it up, it increases how much XP level 1 and 2 needs, but by a small amount. Look at that. I have to go 1 increase at level 2, but down over here at level 97 and 98, it goes up by nearly 300 at level 97. See, this is the acceleration bar I want to fiddle with. Let's worry about the first 3 levels though. Like I said, I'm trying to get a baseline here. I can worry about all these other bars later. So what do I think a level 2 XP requirement? Let's see. If they start at 13 at level 1, then they only have to gain... What is that? They only have to gain about 19 XP to get to level 2. And I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. If I raise this... What about level 3? From here to here, it's another 30. I'm not quite okay with that, though. But if I raise, it's a small gain. 64? That's almost double. If I reduce this, yeah, Now it's doubled. So 10 to 30, I'm okay with. 30 to 60, I'm okay with. 60 to 4, 60 to 101. Sorry, I was looking at the level, not the number. 60 to 101, I'm okay with also. And then from there, it just climbs. This is a good opening level thing for me. And I'm going to actually write this down. So I think this is a good starting point. Obviously, these numbers are going to change as I fiddle with the end part and the middle part, everything after level 30. But for now, that's fine. If we look at the total XP curve, this is about where I want for the first 5 levels. Level 1, you have 0 XP. Level 2, it takes 10 to get there, so you'll have 10. At level 3, it takes 30, so you'll have 40 total. At level 4, it takes 60, so you'll have 101, but it takes 101 to get to level 5. So you're doubling how much XP you need, and that's fine. That's fine for these early levels. And then we'll have a curve over here at level 97, 98, 99 where it kind of flattens out, but you need a lot more than doubled to get to the next one. That's fine. Just looking at these numbers, making sure that they make sense. Like level, let's go to next level. From 50 to 51, you need about 220, give or take. That's fine. I'm okay with it where it is. We need to start the players at level 1. Now, let's try the parameter curves. I'm going to start with attack and defense so that I can actually do mock battles and fiddle with opening parameters against opening enemies. Attack, we can do a bunch of different quick settings if I want. Level 1 value 16. If I do level 99, the value is 138. Without equipment and without an idea of how strong I want the enemies to be at the end of the game, I don't know if that's good or not. If I want to change the curve, I could do, let's say, 200 at the end there. Generate curve. Level 1 starts at the same value, but now we have a higher end. Same growth type, same growth speed. What does the curve look like? It's just a bigger curve. Okay. Well, let's try something else. Let's say I want the growth type to be very fast. The fastest it can be of any class, which is not... Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's bring it down to where I want it to be. Kind of in the middle somewhere. The fastest growth type will be for the green, the tech classes. But let's leave the value the same at level 99 and level 1 and see what a slower, well, a faster growth than normal looks like. See, this is okay to me. Not the values here, but the curve here. Starts out low, increases at a steady pace, and then when you hit the middle, it starts to flatten out. Your gear is important, but you're getting minimal returns after a certain point on your stat growth. And I'm okay with that. What about these quick settings? Let's try these. It's a flat growth increase. That's probably what I'm going to shoot for with HP, especially on this character. Luck as well. It'll probably be a much smaller growth, but it'll be a flat increase like this, a bunch of stairs. B is just smaller. C, even smaller. That might be his HP for this class. Not HP, MP for this class, but that's... D's even smaller. E's even flatter. That one might be agility for this class, but no, I think having a B on the growth, well, yeah, I think having B on the growth and then changing the level 99 value or the curve, changing how fast it grows on the curve. So let's do the yeah, somewhere between fast and normal. It's too high in the middle. Let me go to level 50. 136, if I bring that down... Well, 136 is a good value, though. I need to understand how it interacts with everything else. The weapons and armor of the enemy, defense. Level 1. Let me go back to... Actually, let me check level 5. What's the growth on that? Level 1 is 16, was it? 18. In this B setting middle growth curve. 1 is 18. Okay. Level 5 is 30. So it grows by 12 over the course of a couple fights. What about at level 15 after 10 levels? It jumps up to 58. Okay. I'm all right with that. So where do we... Level 50. Where do we leave off with level 50? 136. Okay. That's fine. I think the bulb here needs to flatten out faster, though. I think it's too big on the end there. So 51, it goes from 36... not 36. 136 to... by 2 points. What about this? 2 points. What about this? 2 points. Does it keep going like that? Let me see. 60? What about 61? What about 62? Okay. Okay, so at what point does it change from growth of 2 points? Let me check level 70. And then 71. Oh, it goes up. Okay. And then 72. Okay. 73, 74, 75. It's going up by 1, 2, 1, 2. So somewhere in between here, I need to bring it down to the growth value that the 70s are bringing in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. For the first levels, let me go back to 1. 18. Okay. I'm actually going to write this down. All right. With that as a baseline for me, and I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Let's do defense. Well, we don't need defense. If I'm testing attack, that's what I'm focusing on. Let's lock down one stat at a time. So Elementalist, Priest, and Scout. Scout's gonna have a higher value, maybe a faster growth potential. Maybe I should actually change this. I want the Scout to do more damage than the Warrior, but not by much. So let me copy this. 10, 0, 27, 30. I wonder if I can just... I probably can't copy. No, never mind. I probably can't copy the whole thing. So for the Scout, I'm going to do something similar. Actually, let me... We used a higher growth for the Warrior. So... Alright, we'll use quick setting A. We'll change 99. Oh yeah, I mean that's 8 more than I had when I was testing it on the Warrior. And level 1 is 2 more. I don't think 2... Why don't we do 4 more? Why don't we try 4 more? There we go. And level 99, what does that change? Okay. Because we haven't generated the curve yet. Let's do the same speed growth and see what that does. A bigger lump in the middle here. I want the Scout to be more of a climb than a flatten out like the Warrior does. So why don't we try... If I do 2, 2, 2... and I generate the curve with the same settings, right in the same place at the speed growth. Okay, all right. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me do... Let me do fastest growth and see what the curve looks like. Yeah, okay. It lumps here closer to the end and then flattens out. That's not what I'm looking for. I want... What about a normal growth? Just a flat line, straight up. That might actually be... The value starts higher than the warrior. The value starts higher than the warrior, but also doesn't slow down and flatten out at the end of the game. I can just increase the value at the level I want it, and then the curve will change how fast the growth goes from there. So let's say I want 300 from level 1. Oh, wait. No, it should change. Oh, right. Okay. Well, if I do this, I want to know if this changes because I'm setting this to be 300. So let's do that. Okay, it goes right off the charts. But what if... Did that change level 98? It did. What if I leave level 98 at 220? But then level 99... Whoops. But level 99 is 300. What does the curve look like on that? It doesn't. It won't stay fixed. Ah! I have to just kind of set where I want the curve to be at, like, markers. Okay. Okay. All right. What if I do a slow... I want to see what this looks like. Okay, so that one... No, I definitely don't want that for this class. I want, like, a straight step up. Alright, well, let's go back then. At level 1, it's 22. At level 99, it's 222. Sure. Growth is normal. That's fine. Yeah, I'm alright with that. If we're doing... What's level 5 look like compared to the fighter, the warrior? 1 extra value. Huh. It only goes up by 1, huh? I mean, they're starting out with a higher by 4. What about level 22? It goes up to 25. Okay. But then it goes up to 27, 29, 31. The growth... Ah, boy. The growth isn't fast enough for me here. Let's try that. So, level 1 is 22. We have that locked in. Then it goes up by 3, then by 2, then by 3, then by 2, then by 3. Okay, sure. I'm okay with that. Let me write that down. While it's only 2 points higher than the warrior at this level, the idea is that over time, it will outpace the warrior. By the end of the game, it'll be much stronger, do more damage. I want it to be stronger than the warrior, but obviously not so strong that it can one-shot enemies in the beginning of the game. I don't know if a value of 2 is too strong or too little to differentiate it from the warrior. I guess the best way to test it is to set the attack value of the 2 spellcasters, which I was going to do anyways, put them in a mock battle and see how much damage the scout does compared to the warrior with the weapons, opening, beginning, weakest weapons equipped, and then go from there. So we'll leave it as it is right now. I have it written down, all the parameters, and we'll move on to the Elementalist. The Elementalist is going to be the weakest physical attacker, with the priest a close second, below the warrior. As for the other classes, I don't know yet. I mean, the spellcasters are going to be the weakest physical attackers, but I want the elementalist to be the weakest. So let's do that. So what do I want? I want that, sure. Let's see. Compared to the warrior, that's at 18, so it's 7 points lower. What about at level 5 on this curve? It is at 16, which is nearly half less. I think that's a good starting point. Yeah, I think that's a good starting point. However, going into the generating a curve, I want it to flatten out. Hold on. I want the curve to flatten out faster. They're not meant to be physical attackers, and as they gain spells, their mana pool is going to increase. Their spells are going to be the main focus of this class. In the beginning, they do some damage. They help a little bit in the fights because your mana pool is more limited and your spell selection is more limited. How to do that? I want... Let me see. Level 99, it's 115, which is, again, about half of the warriors. What if I do slow growth? I want to see how that changes. No, because it bottoms out and then increases. That's not... Fast growth, however, yes. Fast growth creates a curve with a plateau. Slow does a inverse? What is the word? Concave? Concave, I think, is the right word. Man, it's been a while since I've had to use that word. But, all right, so what's the value at 99? It's 115. And what about 50? 89. If I have... What if I drop it? I want to see where in the curve this is. If I drop it to... Okay. So it's a little bit... I'm okay with where it is. The curve is right here. I'm not okay. I want it to flatten out sooner. So let's go back to 89. Let's try level 70. If I get rid of the 100. Okay. All right. That might be a little late, actually, thinking about it. Let's try... Right now I'm just throwing darts at a board, trying to find where on the curve. That's about it. That's about it. From here, I want the rest of it to flatten out. Let me think. What can I do? What's levels 59 at? 98? So if I give this 99, okay, and then 60, it's all 1. It's all 1? Pretty much. Is that the fastest it'll go? It is. Well... Oh, maybe the problem is that at a certain point, it just stops growing. Look at this. Level 99 to... Level 90 to 99, it doesn't grow at all. Maybe the problem is that the value's just too high. You know what? The value's not just too high. It's fine. The fact it doesn't grow at all, though, maybe what I want is from 80 to 84 to not grow. Can I change it so that it doesn't increase? Will the game save it? That's the question. Okay. And then 86, it goes up to 13. 87, it goes up to 13. I can change... Okay. I can change the individual. It's just time consuming. Holy crap, is it time consuming. If I do 14 and then leave it at that. Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't actually know if I've made any sort of difference by doing it that way. But I did make a small change. I know I can change it. That's what's important. So if I think that level, let's say 55, if I think level 55 value is too high, I can go in and do it manually, change everything after that point to be even flatter. But this is good for now, I think. This is perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm going to save it here. I'm going to say that that's perfectly fine. You know, looking at the level 5 value of 20 versus a warrior's 30 and a scout's 32, I don't know if the value's too high. That's going to have to be something I test in battle. If the warrior's doing, let's say, 5 damage to an enemy, and the elementalist is doing 4, that's too much damage physically for the elementalist to do with an attack. But again, this is something I'm going to have to test just by throwing them at the enemies with their gear equipped. I don't know how big of a swing gear is going to play into it. So it might be that those values are perfectly fine. It's just going to require testing. While I mull that over, do I want a C growth or a D growth? I think, let me see here. 15 versus the Warriors 18. Or, or 13? No. I want that at 13. 13 versus the Elementalists 11. I think if I'm going to do 11, same as the Elementalist. But I want their level 5 to be a little bit higher. What if I do, let's see, the Warrior's at 30, the Elementalist is at 20, so what if I do 22? That changes the growth, the curve. It'll change the curve. Okay, well, what if I do from there? Let's see. The Elementalist was 115, I think. Let me say 115. Let me say double that. Well, not double. 15 more than that. And see what that does to the curve. The value dropped. Did the value on this one drop? It did. Wait, no, I wanted it to stay the same, didn't I? No, I wanted it to be a little bit bigger. I'll leave it the same. Elementalist and the Priest will be the same, but at level 5, I want it to be 22. At level 99, I want it to be 30. Okay. So let's look at the curve. How do I want to do this? The faster I put the growth, the more of a plateau I get. So maybe 3, like the Warrior. Just a much lower value. Let me try that. A lower value, but the same curve that the Warrior gets. So at level 89, it's 5. Okay, so for 10 levels, it only goes up by 5 points. What about 1? Did it stay where I wanted it to? It did not. What about 5? Did it stay where I wanted it to? It did not. Let me try that again. Oh, wait, no. Level 1, I did want it at that point. Level 22. That's so annoying. So annoying. If I want it to grow like that, I'm going to need, what about, and 90. Okay, well, at least those stayed where I wanted them to. It's just the growth from 5 on. Level 6. No. Oh, I see what I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. It's just beginning and okay. All right. Let me do that. Save. I'm not happy with it. Little bit there, but whatever. This is a work in progress. We want skills for level 1. Oh, yeah, for the Elementalist especially. Oh, no, well, I have them. All right, Fire, Spark, Gust, Heal, and an attack spell. Warrior doesn't really get anything. You start with a bunch of weapons and heavy armor, though. I think that's fine. And then Scout. You don't really start with anything. Should I give him something to start with at level 1? I think... No, I think it's fine. I think having good attack speed, being able to crit faster than anybody else. Actually, looking over here at my crit rate, does anybody else have that? He does. And they do. Maybe I should change the crit rate on the Scout then. Evasion rate needs to go up. Hit rate's fine. Yeah, I'll change the Scout. So level 1, they won't start with any abilities, but their evasion rate will be up. What should I put it at? What do you think I should put it at? I think 10% might be too high. I don't want him to dodge everything, but I want him to dodge more than the others. And crit rate, I'll put it at 5%. A percentage difference at this level. Actually, I'm going to change the Priest's crit rate and the Elementalist crit rate to 3. I think that will create enough distinction. I think that's fine. So the Scout doesn't get anything at level 1. Okay. Let me save. Now let's take a look at the beginning enemies that I've got here. The bat. No, the bat's for the prologue. Where is the sprite? There we are. Attack 10, defense 10, magic attack, and magic defense. Now, if I remember correctly, it takes 10 XP to get to the next level. So that's about 5 fights, which I'm okay with because you're starting out walking from the temple to the town. I figure if you make a beeline to the town, that's 2 fights. You can actually change that. Where is it? Encounter steps. 30? So I figure that's 2 fights to get there. And then any player, anybody can wander around, get into random fights, grind it out to get to level 2. So that's fine. I think that's fine. Didn't I have a rat that shows up with the... Let me see here. Troops. I have sprites. And I have rats. Yeah. I have a rat that shows up somewhere. So let me find that and look at what I did. 1 and 1. Yeah, because I wanted them to be a nuisance. I'll just do some random battles. Actually, let me go up here. If I'm going to do random battles, I want to make sure I do... So I want to do 1 sprite, 1 rat, 2 sprites. Where are my... multiples of rats? That's what I want. Where'd you go? All the way down here. All the way down here. There we go. You can tell I added them later as an afterthought. 4 of the... Sure. And then auto name rat 4. I also want to do some sprites and rats. So let's do 2 rats and a sprite. Sure. There we go. We'll put you in the back like that. And like that. Actually, let me spread it out more. I think use some of this real estate over here. We'll do sprite up there. There we go. An auto name. There we go. Okay, so I'll test it first with a rat. I'm actually going to move you into the center. There we go. Then I'll test it with a sprite, since it's the base. I can get an idea. And then we'll test it with groups of enemies. So we can battle test the rat first, I think. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. The actors need to actually be equipped with stuff. Otherwise... No, I don't think they have to be equipped with it in the first battle. I want to see what the base... I want to see what the base parameters are before I start adding equipment. Then I can compare and contrast. Alright, so we'll do a test battle against a rat with nothing equipped. Okay, so I want to make sure that everything here is what I want it to be. Magic defense, let's put it at a 5. What did I put the sprite at? Because it's going to be weaker than the sprite. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right. That'll change when I finally get these numbers locked down where I want them. But we'll do 5. We'll do half that for hits, attack, and defense, and magic defense. Okay. So, troops. We'll do 1 rat. And battle test. Now, I could... no, I want to test them without any equipment. I want to test them with the base stats. Maybe I'll leave hide shirt on, but because everybody can wear hide shirt, and it wouldn't make sense otherwise. But all the weapons are going to be different, and those numbers aren't locked in, so it wouldn't make sense. All right, battle test. I think I'm going to remove all the gear except for maybe the hide shirt, just because I want to test the base stats. Weapons, I haven't locked in what their stats are yet, so hide shirt, there we go. So it could vary wildly. Since I'm testing attack, the difference between, what is it, 4 stat points, having a sword that does 100 and a dagger that does 5 doesn't make sense. We'll do hide shirt again, make sure that it's unequipped, and hide shirt again, everything else is unequipped. Okay, so let's level 1, right? Oh good, I can test other parameters, so that's good. All right, let's jump in. Okay. We're missing somebody. Gilgamesh. Ah, that sucks. Where did he go? Why is he not in the group? I'm gonna have to fix that for my future tests. Alright, Solomon, the Elementalist, has access to these. And I want to see how much I've set them to do without any kind of buffing. Just neutral. So let's guard. Alright, 133 is way too much for a level 1. Okay, so why did... Let me see here. Apply, okay. Why did... Where would I put that? Oh yeah, it'd be in database under terms or system. Why did Gilgamesh not show up? Should be... Interesting. Why do I not have... Okay. Starting... Oh, wait. Starting... None, none, none. I'm going to put hide shirt in for everybody, just so I don't have to do that every single time. Alright. Why did you not join the group? What did I do something wrong with that? Let's try... This time, let's try rat times 4. 1 for everybody. And... Let's see. Everyone has... Good. Okay. So, initialize. There he is. I don't know why he didn't show up, but there he is. Okay, so... We test this again. Yeah, right. He's only got attack. So we'll do that. The one in the front. There we go. I'm going to have to figure out... I think there's a plugin, if there's not in the base game, a way to set these up so that it's more intuitive which one I'm targeting, other than just Rat A, Rat B, Rat D, Rat C. But I'll target the one in front. Joan will target the one... right there. Elizabeth. She's got Bright. Deals around 900 light. Yeah. 100 is just too much. I'm going to attack. That's what we were testing. Attack on everybody. This one. And then... 205? Barehanded? 34 is more like what I was thinking of. 34. Miss. That sucks. Alright, well, guard. I want to check that out. Guard, guard. 78. Well, he crit, obviously, but still. That's incredibly high. That's too high for a base. That's too high for a base. That's got to come down. Or I have to increase the health of all of the enemies. And defense. I'm going to try Rat 1 again, but I'm going to increase the defense. Let me, there was, under skills, I think? Guard. Where was the... armor? No. Where was the calculation of how much guard did? I can't remember which skill. Oh, right. Okay. Attacks were ×4 against enemies' defense ×2. Alright. So, let me think here. What was it? Gilgamesh did 205, Joan did 78, and then the casters did 34, if I remember correctly. So, I either need to bring their stats down or bring up the enemy's life. Or defense. I'm going to bring up the enemy defense. It'd be 5 × 2 would be 10, but the weapon goes up by 4. Attack 10, I think that's fine. Dagger 5. So it's just the enemy's stats need to go up. Alright, let's try... What was the warrior's top? 18 ×4. Okay, so a good enemy... I want the enemy to not be able to survive one warrior attack. But they should be able to survive one of the physical attacks from a caster. Maybe. Unless barely. I don't think defense 10 is going to be high enough, but let's try that. Let's also try attack 10. I'm sure one of them can hit. Max HP 5. That's probably going to have to go up. The thing is, I don't want... Looking at the max HP base being 450, that's a heck of a lot of base HP. I think that needs to come down. I think that needs to come down for everybody. I would be happy with 200 at level 1. Yeah, I think it's just too much. Let's try 10 defense on an enemy and see if that changes anything. We'll do 1 rat, because I want to test it against the warrior. Gilgamesh, okay. Let's see. Gil hit him. And then everybody else guard. 55. Okay, if I gave everybody 200 hit points, 55 being the high end for a level 1 enemy seems believable. Seems adequate. I want to see what rat times 4 does. Okay. Because the casters need to hit these enemies with 10 defense also. So we'll do... I need an auto option. Just have everybody... Just have the AI attack. Missed because of the evade. She needs help with that. 54. 23. Missed. They took no damage. So what I think is happening is that the rats don't have a good enough to hit. Or the player character's evasion's too high. Let me try that again. Joan didn't actually get a chance to attack anything. Neither did Elizabeth, actually. But we'll block. 63, so it was 0 again. Alright, so the hero's defense is too high. That's what I'm thinking. Not that it missed, it's just their defense is too high. I'm going to try to block with everybody one more time and see what happens. Yeah, okay. Maybe the problem is that they're defending, so it's taking no damage. Do I have any items? I have a lot. I don't need to use any of them, though. I'm just going to waste a turn. Yeah, I'm just going to waste... I'm going to leave us open, wide open to the enemy, and see whether or not blocking is negating all the damage. Okay. Okay. Alright. Nope. So there's something wrong with the calculation, with the stats I have them as I have them set up now. That it's doing 0 damage. Okay, that'll have to be fixed. I'm gonna guard, attack, and guard. 23. Alright, that's more in line with what I was looking for. Okay, good. I have some information. I'm gonna definitely change the animations on those healing potions. The magic has to be dropped in intensity. Efficiency, that's the word I was thinking of. But for now, I'm gonna end the episode. Thank you everyone for joining me. Until next time, stay safe, and God bless you.